Maria Caulfield is a health minister who's here to speak on behalf of the government this evening. And Maria Caulfield, can you just talk to me about the things government has been doing in the last couple of days to try and win people abroad? Is the civil service code, is that going to be changed to change the way civil servants are meant to respond to Rule 39 injunctions from the European Court of Human Rights? This was mentioned this morning. Is that happening?
So in the legislation itself, there is a provision around Rule 39, and ministers will be able to decide whether to overrule those court judgments, and that should give reassurance to colleagues who are worried. We're already disapplying the Human Rights Act, but for those who are concerned about judges' decisions, that should give some sympathy to those colleagues.
I just want to know whether the civil service code is being changed. That was briefed out this morning and seemed to have gone by the afternoon, and I'm asking because it might be a sign that you're all at sea, really. You're just floundering around trying to work out things to sort of scratch up a few extra votes. Is it in the civil service code? Is there going to be any change?
That's not my understanding that there's going to be a change, but we are trying to address colleagues' concerns, but also to point out to them that the Rwanda Bill is only one small part of our efforts to tackle the small boats, and we are making good progress with the work we're doing.
Yeah, okay. Can I just ask another one? Yesterday we heard there'll be 150 extra judges deployed to wave through cases that need to be dealt with if they arise. Is that happening, or was that just a briefing for a morning?
No, I think the Prime Minister's been very clear that we may need extra capacity, and he's prepared to do that and is getting ready to do so, because we do expect that there will be challenges and we need to have that capacity to do that.
150 extra judges, because I thought that court time wasn't really a government matter. That was allocated by the court authorities. Yeah,
but we hear that if there's extra capacity needed, we need to make sure that extra capacity is there. The Prime Minister has been very clear. Yeah. He's going to do everything he can to make sure that we are able to get this Rwanda deal off the ground.
The Lady Chief Justice, who said it's up to her, she's in line with what you're saying, that there will be extra capacity and extra judges, because it looked like that policy had not lasted a day yesterday.
Well, that policy hasn't changed, and it is to reassure colleagues that if there is extra capacity needed, it will be provided, because, the Prime Minister has been clear he wants to try every single thing possible to get this Rwanda policy off the ground through legislation. We've got the treaty, and if there is logistics, to deal with that as well.
You've just described it, fascinating that you've done so, as a small part of the policy on dealing with the boats. I mean, do you feel it's been worth it? Been worth the political pain you've endured through all of this?
Yeah, because we do need a deterrent, and the Rwanda plan, as well as being a practical way of being able to deal with people who enter the country illegally, is also going to act as a deterrent. We are making progress on the other elements. So if you look at how we're processing claims, there's only 4% left of the backlog before the end of the year. We've stopped over 25,000 people crossing the channel. The Albanian deal has reduced numbers by 93% of Albanians. So there is lots and lots of progress we're making in addition to this Rwanda work.
Often we talk about the politics and not about the substance, but a really crucial thing is, for it to be a deterrent, a significant chance of being sent to Rwanda has to face someone who comes here on a small boat. And I've never really heard a very clear answer as to what proportion of, say, 30,000 people arriving in a year are expected to actually go to Rwanda, because we've heard of hundreds in the first year, maybe thousands in later years, but that's not very many. That gives you a pretty good odds if you're coming in a small boat, doesn't it?
Well, it doesn't, because, we've already returned 26,000 people in the last year. The Rwanda element will add capacity to that. And that if you're paying a people smuggler to bring you over across the channel, that you'll either be returned through the current mechanisms, and you'll be staying in, either somewhere like Manston, or you will be sent to Rwanda and your claim will be processed there. And they will be your options. And so is it worth paying £10,000, £20,000 to a people smuggler when you're highly unlikely to be staying in the UK?
Can I just ask, we have had people from Rwanda given political asylum here in the UK. Does that cause you any concern about a scheme where we're sending people claiming asylum here over to Rwanda?
Well, I'm probably one of the few MPs who's actually been to Rwanda, and I spent 2 summers working in Rwanda, and I can testify that the safety of Rwanda and what they've been through as a country and turn that country
But
round.
why then are we giving asylum to people from Rwanda?
So one of the judges who overturned our Rwanda policy, their concern wasn't about the safety of Rwanda. Their concern was about what happens to people once they're in Rwanda. Are they returned to the country of origin, and is that safe? So when they talk about is Rwanda a safe place, the judges didn't determine that it was unsafe, and in our treaty we've made very clear that we feel it is a safe place. But of course there'll be people from all sorts of countries who seek asylum here, for a variety of reasons.
From Rwanda and other countries.
Yeah, for a variety of reasons, but that doesn't mean that the country as a whole is unsafe.
OK. Maria Caulfield, Health Minister there, speaking for the government, who are thinking they will probably win the third reading vote on the Rwanda Safety Bill.